Hey fam, J Lobos coming back to you on another episode, and I wanted to follow up with that last video I did regarding credit cards, the importance. So for you guys out there that are right now going through a process of trying to rebuild your credit, trying to have healthier scores, and you might already start disputing your negative accounts and you might not be seeing that increase. Guess what? Credit cards play a huge role when it comes to increasing scores. So for you guys out there checking out the channel for the first time, consider liking, subscribing, commenting. And let's go ahead and dive into the credit card aspect of it. On the last video, obviously piggybacking on that, I spoke to you guys about a credit score because the score is contingent to the type of risk that the creditor is going to run with the consumer, right? So the higher the score, the less of a risk. The lower the score, the higher the risk. So anybody, again, below a 580 credit score, go into my website, check out the description. I'm going to put out there a credit card, which is obviously an Open Sky. It's through a bank called Capital Bank, and that's a fully secured card. So anybody below a 580 credit score, we highly encourage that. But I wanted to talk to you guys about when you're in between, maybe a 580, in between a 620, we obviously want to go ahead and have better or higher credit scores. But if we don't have a certain credit score, and if we're getting all these offers, you know, you constantly get those, and we're kind of tempted. Do I apply? Do I not apply? My suggestion is don't. Go to wherever you know that you're running the lowest risk possible of being declined. So my encouragement to you guys, on my website, again, I also have it where it says credit cards on top, but it's through Capital One. I love Capital One because out of all the credit card companies that I know of or other banks, Capital Bank is very forgiving. Depending on what you've had in the past, even if you had an account with them, even if you have a balance, Capital One out of all the banks, it's one of the most forgivable ones. And guess what? If you're in the between the 580 and a 620 credit score, now what they offer is a product which is called a partially secured credit card. So it's not like a full secured credit card where you have to drop the entire 200 or 300 or whatever that amount is. Again, to check out the last video for minimum deposits. But guess what? In between that range, so this is the way that partially secured credit card works. Anything at a 580 or very below a 580, again, you have to look at all three scores, or you're basically floating within a 590, a 600, you might go in there with a fully secured deposit of $200. The higher you start climbing on your scores, you start going into a 610, 620. You might have one agency at a 620. You might have one at a 610. You might have one at a 605. Then you're in the range from a 580 to a 620 of possibly being eligible for a deposit of only $99, and they give you a credit of $200. Or the further you are higher, closer to the 620, 630, 610, you might just go in there with a $49 deposit and you get a $200 credit. Highly encouraging you guys. First things first though, apply through Capital One, and there's a section where it says credit cards, and see if you're pre-qualified. So even before applying for anything, when it comes to unsecured products, credit cards that you don't have to give a deposit, I always like to do a pre-qualification first. Discover has it, Bank of America has it, Wells has it. So we want to find out first if I'm eligible for it, because sometimes they might give you options. And if you do fall in within that criteria and they do give you the option, now you're running a very low risk of being declined, which is obviously really important. Again, guys, I hope this information was very informative. Establish your credit cards. That's really going to help you to separate yourself from having good to excellent credit eventually. The credit card plays a huge role in establishing credit. It's 30% of your score. And until the next time, guys, again, J Lobos, comment, like, subscribe, and share this video. Until the next time, take care, guys.